We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
After 9 long days on the road, it's good to finally be back home on a gorgeous night for baseball fans filing into Comerica Park. And tonight we have Game 1 in this 2-game series featuring the Detroit Tigers and the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Ron Allen. Glad to have you with us, and good to be back home. The Tigers, of course, Ron, really struggled on that last road trip. Maybe, just maybe, being back home will get them jump-started now.
Well, they had played some really good baseball here lately at Comerica Park. They've won 4 of their last 6 games, so they've got to step up today. Go out, swing the bats, have some fun, play the game the way you're capable of playing the game. Forget about what's going to happen at the end of the game, but go out and play with a lot of energy tonight.
Who is the most nervous guy in the ballpark tonight? That would be Buck Farmer.
There's no doubt about that. Buck Farmer will be making his Major League debut. Don't know a whole lot about him, but we've heard he's a bulldog. He's a big guy out there, very strong. In the minor leagues, he went right after hitters, so hopefully he goes out and does that here today and allows his offense and his defense to work behind him. He also has a fastball that will go from 92 to 95, a couple different changeups, a breaking ball. Hope he goes out and pitches very well here tonight because the Tigers, they desperately need a good start out of Buck.
Yep, no doubt about that. Winning just 2 on the last road trip. Hopefully some better stuff coming up on the homestand here for the Tigers. After a short break, to the studio we go with Justin White. Coming up, the double time for the Tigers. They have had 5 in the last 2 nights. Lead the league in doubles. Tigers Bucks next. Farmer is taking the mound for the first time in a big league uniform. The Tigers right-hander making his major league debut tonight under sunny skies and a beautiful night here at the ballpark. The lineup he will face, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers: Harrison, Polanco, and Martin at the top. Harrison's been hot. Ike Davis is at first base. Then Marte, Pedro Alvarez will be their DH tonight. Mercer, Snyder, and Nix, the bottom three for the Pirates. And Buck Farmer tonight is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
How about a little introduction to Mr. Buck Farmer for you? He's got a fastball that will go anywhere from 92 to 95. He's got a slider, a couple different changeups. One's a slower changeup. The other changeup kind of acts like a two-seam fastball. They say he's a mentally tough kid. He's a bulldog on the mound. And look at his legs. He's awfully strong. Take a look at the Tigers starting defense presented by Beaumont Health System in the outfield. They're going to go with Don Kelly in left, Carrera in center, T. Hunter, he's in right, Suarez, Kinsler up the middle, Castellanos and Cabby. They're on the corners. Alex Avila is the catcher. First start in left field last couple of months for Don Kelly.
So here is Josh Harrison to start things off for the Pirates as Buck Farmer gets set to make his big league debut. His first pitch is in there for a strike on Josh Harrison. Harrison, Polanco, and Martin here in the first inning for Pittsburgh. Farmer hails from Conyers, Georgia. He is 6'4", 225. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Harrison cuts and misses, 0-2.
A couple pretty good fastballs by Farmer. That last one at 94 miles an hour, right over the heart of the plate. And right by a really hot hitter right now in Josh Harrison.
Now the 0-2 pitch. That is popped up shallow right field. Hunter coming in on a run to make the catch, and Harrison is out, one gone. Little shallow fly ball to right field. First out recorded by Farmer. That'll bring up Gregory Polanco, and now Buck can probably settle in a little bit after his first big league batter. Polanco batting .269, 6 home runs this year, and was 2 out of 6 in the just completed 2-game set in Pittsburgh. Farmer this year was 10-5 at West Michigan. He won another ball game in 2 starts at Double-A Erie, and here he is in the big leagues. And Polanco looks at a strike, 0-1.
Well, apparently the Tigers have identified something in Farmer that told them that he would do okay in a start up here in the big leagues, or he would not be here.
Here are the combined numbers: 11-5 this year in the minors.
How about 127 strikeouts to just 28 base on balls?
Just moved Polanco off the plate. The count goes 1-1.
Very important for him to pitch to contact, allow the defense to work behind you. Don't try to do too much. Basically just do as he did while he was down in the minor leagues. Throw strikes.
Polanco shoots one to second base on the backhand there. Kinsler, nice play, 2 gone. So Farmer gets an introduction to his second baseman who made a nice play.
He's been making plays like this all year long, about 3-4 steps to his right. That ball was basically by Kinsler. He had to reach back to snare it, and then he was able to turn the body, still get the out at first base with Polanco running. Polanco has good speed. Kinsler makes it look easy over there at second base.
Sure does. Only 3 errors all season long. Here's Russell Martin now with 2 outs. Martin has hit safely in 10 straight. And he takes a strike. 289 for Russell Martin.
Farmer has come out throwing nothing but strikes. He's thrown a total of 7 pitches, 6 of which have hit the strike zone.
Here's the 0-1. There's another one, swing and a miss.
First slide piece of the evening at 83 with some real nice tilt to it.
Farmer played his college ball at Georgia Tech. He's 23 years of age. And the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Farmer was an all-star this year in the Midwest League, and then was bumped up to Double-A prior to coming here to Detroit. Checked it low and away. Count goes 2-2 on Russell Martin. As you mentioned, he's a big kid, 6'4", 225. He's got Ike Davis waiting on deck. And now the 2-2. Got him, strike three. Martin caught in a breaking ball in the inside part of the plate. A 1-2-3 first inning for Buck Farmer. And a nice welcome to the major leagues. Inning, which included his first major league strikeout of Russell Martin, and Buck Farmer off to a nice start here for the Tigers in his big league debut. The Tigers in the bottom of the first lineup like this, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ezekiel Carrera leads off, who plays in center field, followed by Kinsler and Cabrera. Miggy back at first base tonight. Victor is the DH. Hunter and Kelly in the outfield as well. Castellanos, Avila, and Suarez. Rounding out the Tigers starting nine, and Vance Worley is on the hill for the Pirates.
Vance Worley has been pitching some outstanding baseball lately for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Overall, this season he checks in with a 5-1 record, but he's got a fastball in the low 90s that moves all over the strike zone, nothing straight. Nice breaking ball, nice changeup, pitching with a lot of confidence.
The former Minnesota Twin will face the Tigers now as Ezekiel Carrera leads it on.
Tigers saw him last year when he was with the Minnesota Twins, and they did not treat him very nicely.
Now, their numbers against Worley very good. Here is Carrera batting .294, starting things off for the Tigers. And it's bunted, foul. Martin picked it up in foul territory, 0-1.
Carrera has the kind of speed that even though Josh Harrison, the third baseman, was playing about 5 steps in front of third base, he felt like if he could get it down in that area, he could still beat it out. He has that kind of speed.
Hit better than 300 this year in Toledo prior to the call-up.
Speed, big part of his game on defense and in the batter's box.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball on the outer edge. 0-2 now on Carrera. Ezekiel was an all-star this year down at Toledo. The trade of Austin Jackson opened up the door here at the big club. And he looks at a ball low, 1-2. Ezekiel still looking for his first homer and first RBI at the big league level this year. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates, I should say. Snyder, Marte, Polanco in the outfield. Mercer has started in the last 47 games at the shortstop position. Nick's at second. Harrison, he's at third. Ike Davis, who started the first game of the series on Monday, back out there as the starter again. That defense is sponsored by Tim Hortons.
So with one out here is Ian Kinsler. 11 hits on the just completed road trip for the Tigers. And he checks his swing inside, 1-0. Kinsler now with 63 RBIs, was 1 for 8 in the series against the Pirates. The Tigers just did not swing the bats, not only in the Pittsburgh series, but the road trip in general. In fact, the Tigers on the road trip hit just .227. And that trip included stops in New York, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. Brad Ausmus's club falling into second place. Pulled foul down the left field line. Cabrera waiting on deck. Just underway on a gorgeous night for baseball here in downtown Detroit. 78 degrees right now at the ballpark. Kinsler looks at strike 3 in the outside corner, and a couple of strikeouts for Vance Worley. 2 gone. We'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. He checks in at 309 with 85 RBIs. And 4 hits in the 2 games at Pittsburgh. Worley trying to chase a bird off of his mound, which I guess would be a whirly bird.
Layup there.
Oh, yeah, it was. Cabrera with 17 home runs this year, and a check swing, missed it inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cabrera had 8 hits on the road trip, so even the Tigers' big guys really didn't do a whole lot. I know Martinez had a couple of decent games. Miggy fouls it back, 1 ball, 1 strike. But the hope is that now that the team is home here for a little bit of a spell the rest of the week, maybe the bats can come alive.
Well, they've got to pick it up a notch. And the Kansas City Royals not only caught them, but they passed them, and they're now tied with the Seattle Mariners for that second wild card spot. So they've got to step up. There's no doubt about that.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Cabrera. This is what it looks like in the Central. KC has just gone on a tear, even though they lost last night. The Royals a half-game lead over the Tigers, and all of a sudden Cleveland now 4.5 back.
Tigers check in with a 63-54 record. There are 9 other teams in the majors with a better record than Detroit, and that shouldn't be. No, not with their talent, not with their skill set.
Yes, they have dealt with some injuries recently. Tigers, though, in the second half on the road, just 5-11. Now they're having trouble chasing these birds away. They just don't want to leave.
No, they do not.
I mean, you probably can't get a better seat, although they are extremely dangerous. Well, we're not going to wait all night for these birds to leave, are we? Russell Martin trying to chase them away.
They're not going very far.
No, they're not. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cabrera. Even in slow-mo. Here's the 1-2. Fell out of play.
Worley's thrown quite a few fastballs, although that fastball, that's his best one at 89 right there. But he's got some movement on it. He struck out the first 2 hitters, Carrera and Kinsler on fastball.
Just off the plate, thought he had it, but a little bit wide. Worley, since the All-Star break in 4 starts, is 3-0 with an ERA of under 1. So he has been pitching lights out for the Pirates. Here's the 2-2. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's something that a lot of the Pittsburgh Pirates players have done lately. They've all stepped up. Andrew McCutchen, their MVP center fielder, has been out for about a week now, but they've had several guys in the outfield step up in his absence and do the job. Worley has stepped up in that rotation.
Fly ball, right field. Hit well. Polanco is back. He was almost playing on the warning track. And he just moved over a couple of steps. And a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Wow, I got nothing. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. By the all-new Chrysler 200, America's imports. And by Coffee Mate Creamers. Customize your cup with coffee's perfect mate by Nestle. Good food, good life. And good weather. It is clear and sunny here at the ballpark tonight. The Tigers and the Pirates, no scores. We go to the top of the second, and Buck Farmer back at the hill after a very successful first big league inning. 1-2-3.
He threw only 11 pitches in the first inning as well.
And picked up his first strikeout. He got Russell Martin looking to end the frame. Ike Davis leads it off. And they are playing the shift on against Davis. Here's the 1-0. And it's in there, a strike 1-1.
Ike Davis had a big hit yesterday in Pittsburgh. It was against Albuquerque. It was a 2-strike slider down at the bottom of the zone that he basically picked right out of the dirt and hit a double in the right center field. Had to be looking for the slider.
Davis at first base these days, although Pedro Alvarez, who is DHing, has been taking a lot of ground balls there, and they feel that he eventually is going to move to that position. He has had his struggles defensively at third. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Waiting on deck, Starling Marte. Pirates won the 2 games in Pittsburgh, and Tigers trying to return the favor here the next 2 nights at Comerica. That's in there, a strike call. 3-2 on Ike Davis. Five RBIs in his last 7 games for the Pirates. .240 batting average. Farmer with the 3-2. Lost him, ball 4. Leadoff man is on here in the second. And the first walk for Farmer. It's going to bring up Starling Marte. Marte is batting in the 5 slot in this one. Had 3 RBIs in the 2 games in Pittsburgh. Pirates without Andrew McCutchen, so Marte has pretty much taken over in center field.
The Tigers have been a pretty good interleague team the last number of years. But for whatever reason, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they've got their number. In their last 5 meetings, the Pittsburgh Pirates have won all 5 of those games.
Well, the Tigers, they had that stretch where their starting pitching was striking out a ton of Pittsburgh hitters. Here are the numbers on Clint Hurdle in his 4th season as the manager of the Pirates.
He has changed the culture in Pittsburgh.
Oh, we hit him. And then Marte is drilled by the pitch, and that'll put 2 aboard now. Nobody out.
It's a 2-seam fastball that just ran up and in on Marte, and Marte really had nowhere to go, just basically took it off that left shoulder.
So after a 1-2-3 first inning, you've got a walk and a hit batter here in the second, and now here is Pedro Alvarez. He's being used as the DH tonight.
Really, despite his struggles, Pedro Alvarez overall defensively this year, his offensive numbers aren't horrible. I mean, he's got 15 home runs. He's driven in nearly 50 runs.
You know, I was looking at that today as I was writing it down, and I expected his numbers to be far worse based on what they've been saying about it.
But really, his confidence at third base has just not been there. He has cost them games, and right now, Clint Hurdle can't even use him at third base, but he's got a lot of power in that bat.
Farmer hits the outside corner, strike 1.
13 interleague home runs for Pedro Alvarez.
Alvarez, the last 2 years, has gone better than 30 homers each of the last 2 seasons. In fact, last year he hit 36.
Won a Silver Slugger. Made an all-star team.
Swing and a miss.
Good changeup there by Farmer. We told you he has a couple different changeups. That's the slow one right there at 82 miles an hour. He also has one that kind of acts like a 2-seam fastball. That's a little bit harder.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He made quick work of Alvarez. Second strikeout. Well, let's get to know a little bit more about Buck Farmer. 3 things to know about the Tigers rookie right-hander. His first given name, the given name is George. And he goes by Buck, and that's in honor of his great-grandfather, who was known as Buck. He once struck out 22 batters in a high school game, and he was the 4th player selected in the 2013 draft. So you talk about a fast track to the major leagues. Farmer getting his chance here tonight. Jordy Mercer looks at a ball high. 2 on and 1 out. Mercer batting .264, 3 for 7 in the 2 games in Pittsburgh. That's in there, a strike, 1-1.
Mercer batted third yesterday against the left-hander Robbie Ray in Pittsburgh, and that's the first time they have had a shortstop bat third since 2006. Jack Wilson batted third that day.
One is popped up left side of the infield. Suarez under it. Oh, he dropped the ball. Infield fly rule is called. Boy, Suarez right under it, 1 step onto the grass, dropped it, but the batter is out with the infield fly. The runners can then advance at their discretion, so no harm.
Suarez couldn't do this again if he tried. Couldn't do it again if he tried.
When was the last time you saw this?
The key, though, there is he had the glove right in front of his face. When the ball got down toward the glove was right over the face, so the eyes could not watch the ball in the glove.
Here is Snyder with 2 outs. Tigers had trouble getting him out over in Pittsburgh. 5 for 9, 5 RBIs.
They've had some guys step up in the absence of Neil Walker. Their switch hitting second baseman with a lot of power, Andrew McCutchen. Snyder would be one of those guys. Polanco another. Marte another.
Down the third base line, foul. Castellanos just out of room.
Take one more look at that pop-up that was dropped by Suarez. Take a look at where the glove is. He can't see the ball in the glove because of where it's at. And his eyes are closed, too.
So, the glove in front of your eyes and the eyes closed, is that a bad combination?
That's a lethal combination.
Well, fortunately, I guess fortunately, there were two guys on, so the batter was out automatically on the infield fly. Great replay. 0-2 on Snyder. Ooh, Butt just missed low, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know what Snyder's nickname is?
I do not.
Lunchbox.
Is that right?
Yeah, look at him now. He must like to eat.
Nick's waiting on deck. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Snyder is out. Farmer pitching out of a jam. A walk, a hit batter, and both are stranded. Farmer has struck out 3. His last 2 interleague starts, he is 0-2, and get this, he's allowed 15 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings. So we'll see if the Tigers can continue that trend as Worley makes another interleague start in this one. It'll be Martinez, Hunter, and Kelly. Although it's starting to feel like the Pirates are in the American League, we play them so much.
Right.
Played them, what, 6 years in a row now in interleague play. Here's Martinez. Victor is hitting .319. Worley had a 1-2-3 first inning with 2 strikeouts, and he delivers strike 1.
Yeah, defensively, they play Victor just as most teams do in the infield. They play him to hit the ball on the ground in that direction.
Now the 0-1. Ball high, 1 ball and 1 strike on Martinez.
Worley has thrown quite a few fastballs, anywhere from 86 to 89 upstairs. Apparently, that's a game plan for him today.
26-year-old out of Sacramento, California. Fouled away. Worley was supposed to be part of a restructuring of the Minnesota rotation. They traded Ben Revere a couple of years ago to get Worley, and he was going to be one of the guys who was going to help a rotation that needed a lot of help, but it just never worked out.
Worley got off to a magnificent start to his big league career in Philadelphia.
He was 11-3 as a rookie with the Phillies. Slap toward left field, foul. 1-2 on Martinez. Victor 11 hits on the road trip, trying to get it started here in the second. Torrey Hunter waiting on deck. Another foul back out of play.
Worley has been outstanding since the 15th of June. Only a few other pitchers in the National League have been better. Kershaw, Hamels, and Tyson Ross. 2.30 ERA for Worley last couple of months.
Having trouble putting away Victor Martinez. He bounces one in. Martinez, Hunter, and Kelly here in the second. First of two, and then Seattle comes in over the weekend for a 3-game series before the Tigers go right back on the road. Pretty good with 2 strikes for Victor. 309. Bouncing ball back up the middle into center field. A base hit. So Martinez does it again. Leadoff single here in the second.
It's a nice job by Victor going down to the bottom of the zone and getting one of those really slow breaking balls that Worley has flipped up there at 77 miles an hour. Outstanding concentration. The ball's on the outside part of the plate. Victor simply went right with the pitch.
That'll be the first Tigers hit of the game, and now it's Torrey Hunter. Torrey at 274. Had an RBI, a couple of hits in the game or the 2 games in Pittsburgh, and he looks at a ball low. Hunter had 7 hits on the last road trip. Was also hit by a pitch on his left hand early, the first game of that trip against the New York Yankees. And had to miss the rest of that series. He'll loop this one in the air to shallow left. It's going to drop, base hit. And Martinez will go to second. And the Tigers have back-to-back hits. Time now for our player of the game selections. Presented by McDonald's new triple cheeseburger for only $2. John Keating's got Torrey Hunter, so that's a nice start. I'm going to go with Ian Kinsler.
I've got Alexander here tonight.
Those are our selections for Tigers player of the game.
Brad Ausmus was commenting before the game today on some of his hitters and said he'd like to see some guys get jammed tonight. And what that will tell Brad is guys are seeing the ball a little bit longer. Tigers hitters have been jumpy the entire road trip. That's why, from an offensive standpoint, they didn't produce. But when you tell yourself and you force yourself to stay back, as Torrey did there, you get jammed every now and then, you get rewarded.
A Don Kelly fan. 0-1 the count on Kelly. Bouncing ball to second. This has double play written all over it. 4-6-3. 2 gone. Advancing to third is Victor Martinez.
And Taylor made double play for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Nix to Mercer, over to Davis.
So it looked like the Tigers might have a big start to the second. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Castellanos.
Castellanos on first pitch fastballs with runners in scoring position. Loves to swing early and often.
Ball 1, good block by Russell Martin. Former Gold Glove catcher.
He did a very nice job in Pittsburgh blocking everything in the dirt. And he's already blocked a couple down there thrown by Vance Worley.
Doing a little yard work in front of home plate as well. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike on Castellanos. Heard an interview today with Nick on the radio talking about how it's amazing here at the major league level how much information they have on you and how instantly teams will adjust to you and how you need to adjust to them, and he finds it fascinating the kind of game you play here in adjusting back and forth at this level. 1-1 is lined to center field, and it's going to drop, and it's going to roll by Marte all the way to the wall. Castellanos is headed to third base, and they're going to stop him there. Marte sold out, and it went all the way to the wall.
That is the third triple of the year for Nick Castellanos, and drives in a big run with 2 outs. This would have been a single had Marte simply pulled up, but he went for it with 2 outs. Really no harm, no foul for Marte by selling out and going for that ball, as long as Worley does his job and gets Avila out.
I think Nick, he took an initial look rounding first. He thought he might be able to score. Castellanos gets his 45th RBI of the year. The Tigers score first again here tonight. And here now is Avila with 2 outs.
It's been no issue for the Tigers to score first in a lot of these games that they just played on the road trip. As a matter of fact, in the games against Pittsburgh, they scored runs in the first inning in both of those games against the Pirates.
Martinez scoring on that play.
But they have had trouble tacking on runs.
Well, they got a run in the first in game 1, the Verlander game, and then Justin gave up 5 in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low, 2 balls, no strikes. Last night, they scored first again, but gave up 2 to the Pirates in the second, then another run in the third. And you're right, I mean, they just haven't been able to get several innings going in which they've been able to score runs.
Doesn't appear that Worley is going to give Avila a whole lot to hit, with 2 outs and the base open with right-hander Suarez, the rookie, in the on-deck circle.
Bender drops in. 2-1. Two-on RBI triple by Nick Castellanos to center field.
Let me rephrase that. He shouldn't give Avila anything good to hit in this situation.
And the 2-1. Another Bender. Ooh, that was close. So it goes 3-1 with Suarez waiting on deck.
Yeah, Suarez knows he's going to get a ton of breaking balls today because he had a difficult time of laying off the breaking balls in the dirt yesterday. So they are going to follow that same pattern tonight against the youngster.
3-2 now on Avila. Worley now 35, 23 strikes, 12 balls. The right-hander out of Sacramento began his career in the Phillies system. He was actually the opening day starter last year for the Twins against the Tigers. Here's the 3-2. Got him. Strike 3. Avila is caught looking. Inning is over. They get a run on the triple by Castellanos. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire.
I'm joined by his family. We have Warren and Rose and his brother Mitchell. There are actually 15 family and friend members of the Farmer clan, I'm going to call it, and you guys came up from Georgia. I want to know what this call was like. Hey, Dad, I'm going to pitch for the Tigers tonight.
Amazing. Just overwhelming, to be honest with you. It was one of the most exciting nights that we've ever encountered. And it was just, she was on the phone with her sister, and I go into the den and say something, and she goes crazy. We didn't really think a lot about it until one of the farm directors called us and said, it's for real.
It is for real.
It is for real.
And Rose, I imagine this is probably one of the most nerve-wracking yet exciting nights, too.
Most definitely. Yes, it is. It's very exciting to see him out there because that's what he's worked for all his life, is to be out there on the mound, pitching in a game and doing something he loves and enjoys.
Well, welcome to Detroit. As you can tell, the fans are great here at Comerica Park, and hopefully Buck continues to do well here. And we'll hope to see many more times here as well. All right, I'll let you guys focus. Mario and I'll send it back up to you. Very emotional when you're making your MLB debut, especially for the family as well.
All right, Shannon, thanks. Well, you could just hear the emotion in Dad's voice as he was talking about getting the call that his son is going to the big leagues. That's really cool stuff.
It really is.
Mom and Dad and his brother and
Dad all geared up, brother all geared up. Didn't take him long to get that gear, right?
It did not. But they all look composed. That's a good thing.
Look at Mom.
0-2 the count on Jason Nix. Well, 2 scoreless so far for Buck, who got him 1-2-3 in the first. He's got 3 strikeouts already. That breaking ball bouncing in and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So far, Avila has done a very nice job at leading Farmer. You know, Farmer's not going to shake Avila off a lot here today, unless he is just totally convicted about throwing a particular pitch in a certain situation. He's going to follow the leadership skills tonight of Avila.
Nix, Harrison, and Polanco in this inning. There's a drive in the air toward left center field. Carrera's on the move, calling and catching. 1 gone. This is the reaction on just a fly ball. They're going to be spent when this night is over, aren't they?
They're going to sleep good tonight.
They are going to be spent. What an exciting time. 1 away here in the third. Here is Josh Harrison now. Harrison flied out back in the first inning. .317 batting average. There's a strike on the outer edge.
In just a matter of a few weeks, Buck Farmer went from pitching in front of 8,000 people per game to 40,000 people here tonight at Comerica Park.
It's pretty amazing. Pretty daunting, too, I would think, but he's handled it well. It's been just 19 days removed from his last start at West Michigan, so he becomes the fastest player to pitch at West Michigan and then get to the big leagues. There's a Bender that's in for a strike. 1 and 2.
He's thrown a couple different sliders up there. One at about 79, 80 miles an hour, like he just threw that one there to Harrison. Then he's got another one that he likes to throw with 2 strikes. He's got a little bit more bite to it.
Pulled foul down the third base line.
You don't want to go in there against Harrison. He has demonstrated to me in a very short time that he's got some very quick hands on fastballs inside.
Harrison has 21 hits here in the month of August, and that leads the major leagues. He's also had extra base hits in 12 of his last 16 games. He's been hot. And the Pirates have needed some guys to step up in the absence of Walker and McCutchen.
They can say all they want to say about Pedro Alvarez and his defensive struggles this year, but Harrison has pretty much taken that third base job.
Farmer ready with the 1-2. Down the right field line, foul.
He is fouling off some really good pitches.
Pretty good comparison of Harrison this time last year and what his numbers are now. Average way up. He has 10 home runs this year. Pulled to left field. That's going to get down. And it's going to go to the corner. Kelly will dig it out. Harrison is on his way to second, and he is in with a 1-out double. Another extra base hit for Harrison.
It's a poor breaking ball here thrown by Farmer. It's just spinning up there right around the belt buckle, and Harrison picks it up fairly early and just hits it down in the left field corner for another extra base hit.
Not much bite to that breaking ball at all. And Harrison, as a result, has another 2-bagger.
Got to get his oven mitt now.
It's become all the rage.
If you're Farmer, you got to pay close attention to Harrison. He's already stolen third base in this series. The game yesterday, well, 2 days, was it yesterday? One of the days in Pittsburgh, he stole third base and likes to steal third base.
That was yesterday. Blocked by Avila at home plate. One nothing Tigers lead. The Pirates, though, are threatening here in the third. Polanco bounced out his first time up. And a nice play by Kinsler, who kept him off the bases. Tigers got an RBI triple from Castellanos in the second. And the Pirates trying to answer here in the third. Missed it outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Polanco is regarded as one of the top prospects in all of baseball. In fact, recently was ranked the number 3 prospect overall in the game. He is a package of power, speed. Stole 40 bases a couple of years ago in A-ball.
He's got a great arm, too. We saw that arm a couple of nights ago when he threw Rajay Davis out at home plate.
2-1.
Good change up there by Farmer. It's a circle change, a little fading action away from the left-handed batter.
Two balls and 1 strike. Fouled back, make it 2-2 on Polanco. Farmer played 4 years at Georgia Tech. As you look at his pitch count by innings, up to 45 now. He had a chance after his junior year to leave Georgia Tech. He was drafted in the 15th round by Milwaukee, but he decided to go back to school for that 4th and final season as a senior. Put together a really good year, and then was selected by the Tigers. Broken bat roller off the glove of Farmer, but Kinsler backs him up, throws him out. 2 gone now with a runner at third. Back to the studio we go. Game break now with Matt Shepard. Yeah, that usually is the case when you have a walk-off. Thanks, Shep. So with 2 outs now, tying run is at third base, and here is Russell Martin. Martin struck out looking back in the first inning, the first career strikeout for Buck Farmer. Ball 1 high.
Russell Martin takes a lot of pitches. As a matter of fact, he takes nearly 61% of the pitches thrown to him, which is 8th highest in the National League. And so he, being a catcher, he really likes to make the opposing pitchers work by throwing a lot of pitches.
As a result, that on-base percentage is up over 400 for Martin, who is batting in the 3 slot in this one, and he looks at a strike. 1-1 the count on the Pittsburgh catcher. 22-year-old Robbie Ray threw in the ball game last night, and 23-year-old Buck Farmer throwing tonight for the Tigers. Fly ball right field. On the move, Torrey Hunter still going back, looks up, it's up against the wall. That'll get a run in. Martin is on his way to second. He is in sliding with a double. A 2-out, 2-base hit for Russell Martin, and that is his 1,000th major league hit. And it's a clutch one with 2 outs.
It's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball that is outside that Russell Martin just basically goes with. And Torrey Hunter couldn't run it down once it bounced off the wall. Torrey picked it up, fired to second base, but not before Martin sliding in safely with a double. They had a ton of doubles in yesterday's game as well in Pittsburgh.
This team is swinging the bats. This Pirates team.
Clint Herbert was talking about that today. He says, yes, they are missing a couple of big pieces in McCutchen and Walker, but guys are stepping up.
Mike Davis now trying to give the Pirates their first lead of the ball game. Well, the Pirates came in second in the National League in team average. Davis had a base on balls back in the second. One ball, one strike. The rally started with a 1-out double by Harrison. He has scored with 2 outs. Farmer is about to throw his 23rd pitch of this inning. The pitch count up to 51 now overall. Here's the 1-1. Lifted back out of play. 1-2 on Ike Davis, whose dad Ron played in the major leagues quite a bit, actually. 11 seasons, at one time the closer of the Minnesota Twins.
He had a good arm. He had that low 3/4 arm slot fastball in the mid-90s. Nice slider. His dad didn't have a changeup, fastball, slider. Very successful pitcher in the big leagues.
Ike, as a matter of fact, pitched a little bit in college as well at Arizona State. Here's the 1-2. Just off the plate. Looked like Ted Barrett wanted to do it, but he couldn't pull the trigger. 2-2. Pirates have tied it up at 1. We're in the top of the third at the ballpark tonight, the first of 2 between these two clubs, which is a continuation of the 2 they played in Pittsburgh. That one missed outside. Now it's 3-2 on Davis. And he got him. Finally got the corner on the outside, and Davis is caught looking. It'll be the 4th strikeout for Buck Farmer. Dad's loving it. 1-1 ball game. You go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Well documented the last 3 days that the Pittsburgh Pirates are playing without their MVP center fielder, Andrew McCutchen. But they've had some guys step up in his absence. McCutchen out moving around today, playing some catch, doing some running. How about that body, Mario? Is he strong or what?
Yeah, I can take him.
You need my help, buddy.
Don't tell him I said that, but I can take him. I need your help is right. Here are some of the guys that have stepped up in the absence.
Yeah, Mercer, Marte, Polanco, and also Travis Snyder.
But make no mistake, McCutchen, one of the more dynamic players in the entire game, MVP last year in the National League, so they really need him down the stretch. Here come the Tigers now as we go to the bottom of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game.
That's why they decided to put him on the disabled list. They waited around for about 6 days before they did put him on the DL. They were hoping that he would heal a little faster and he would be ready for the series against the Tigers. But Pittsburgh, they really haven't needed him in the first 2 games against the Tigers.
First time in his career, 17 homer season so far for McCutchen.
Dynamic player.
Here's the 1-1, and it's outside to Eugenio Suarez.
Did you happen to see last year McCutchen proposed to his girlfriend on the Ellen show?
No, I didn't see that.
He did.
Really? She said yes.
On national TV.
The 2-1. 2-2.
I'm sure she did.
I hope so. Carrera waiting on deck. Worley working quickly. The 2-2 is lifted back out of play. Well, Suarez was just 2 out of 19 on the road trip. And going forward, the Tigers, one of the things that at least, we will have to keep an eye on is the youth on the left side of the infield. Suarez and Castellanos at third. That one just missed.
Would not be shocked here to see Worley throw a breaking ball up there to Suarez. They threw him so many breaking balls in the first couple of games over in Pittsburgh. They're going to go fastball, though.
And he lines it towards second. Tricky hop there for Nix, who stays with it. 1 out here in the third. Hey, the Tigers welcome the Pirates to Comerica Park tomorrow at 1:08. And the first 10,000 fans receive a free Justin Verlander mini bobblehead. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. The good news on Verlander is that doesn't look like a DL stint for him. He had that MRI yesterday, and it was determined that there's no structural damage in his shoulder. A little bit of inflammation, so that's good news. JV was surrounded by reporters today in the dugout, or I should say the locker room rather, and you just kind of see the relief on his face because he wasn't sure. Anytime you go for an MRI, you're just not sure what kind of results you'll get. The 0-1 is a high fly ball right field. Gregory Polanco is under it. 2 outs.
I heard the Tigers are going to take those results of the Justin Verlander MRI and also send them to a couple of other really good shoulder specialists across the country just to see and get a different opinion.
Can't mess around, can you? It's a big investment.
He was to be seen today by Steve Lemos, who was the orthopedic doctor of the Detroit Tigers.
2 outs now for Kinsler.
As a matter of fact, the Tigers have a couple really good doctors down there. Michael Workings,
yeah,
and Stephen Lemos.
Good people too.
They can take care of us and our kids.
They do, which is really nice. One ball, no strikes on Kinsler. Rip towards short, out of the reach of Mercer into left.
It's the best fastball that Worley has thrown today. It's 90 miles an hour. It's upstairs. And one thing that Ian Kinsler can do, he can climb the ladder with the best of them and get on top of a real good fastball. I really like when he takes that bat angle when his shoulders stay a little bit more parallel to the ground. He doesn't pop up nearly as much.
Cabrera flied out deep to right field his first time up. He was 4 for 9 in Pittsburgh the last 2 days. Tigers now have their 4th hit. And Miguel looks at a ball low. Breaking ball that time from Worley. Worley originally was a 3rd round pick of the Phillies. We mentioned he was a really highly thought of prospect, and then in his rookie season won 11-3. That has turned out to be his best year. Bouncing ball foul, 1-1 on Cabrera. Every half inning, Jeff Jones, the Tigers pitching coach, has sat right next to Buck Farmer.
Not really doing a whole lot of talking, just kind of sitting right next to him, keeping him calm.
Well, so far, Buck has looked really calm. Gave up a 2-out run in the 3rd, but it's been a good night so far. Worley just missed. 2-1 on Miguel. Victor Martinez waiting on deck. Tigers got a run in the 2nd. RBI triple by Castellanos. And the 2-1. It'll get away from Martin. That'll advance the runner.
That doesn't happen very often. That might go as a pass ball against Russell.
I would assume it would. Let's see.
It's a fastball down. Yeah, that's a pass ball.
Well, the official score disagrees.
Really?
Wild pitch. I got to pull the eraser out now.
That ball didn't bounce.
Well, he whiffed on it, it looked. Went right through his legs. But they're calling it a wild pitch.
I'm going to keep my PB right there.
You think they're going to change? Or are you just being defiant?
Get down.
That might drop. Polanco is going to run it down. So the Tigers get a 2-out single with stranded man.
Good in his major league debut. He has 4 strikeouts so far. He's got them in a mixture of different pitches. He's kept the ball right out of the center of the plate. But let's further introduce you into his pitching arsenal. He's got that 2-seam fastball. It's topped out at 94. He's got a slider that he's kept away from the right-handers for the most part, down in the left-handers. He's also spun a couple nice curveballs up there and a nice fading changeup to the left-handed batters. And his dad, Warren, well, He simply says, "I see you, son."
It's classic right there. Well, Starling Marte will lead it off as we go to the 4th inning. And there's a strike called on Marte. Alvarez and then Mercer here in the 4th inning facing Bud Farmer out of Conyers, Georgia. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tigers got a pretty good start yesterday out of the youngster Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray pitched 5 plus 1 batter yesterday in Pittsburgh. Gave up 4 runs, but on most days when the Tigers are clicking, 4 runs is good enough.
Here are the numbers on Robbie Ray. Last night in the loss to the Pirates, he threw 94 pitches, struck out 5.
Wasn't real erratic. He did walk 2, but in his last couple of starts in the minor leagues, he walked 8 batters.
Bouncer back up the middle. Suarez to his left. Man, they got him by half a step.
These young kids can run, man. Marte and Polanco. They're young, they're athletic, with a lot of speed and a lot of promise too.
Here's Alvarez. Strikeout victim back in the 2nd. Pedro Alvarez. 15 homers this year. Was out early taking extra batting practice today for the Pirates.
I'm sure that they probably won't talk about it a whole lot, but I'm sure his former teammate at Vanderbilt, David Price, probably took him aside and had some words of encouragement for his former teammate going through a real tough stretch right now in the big leagues.
Well, they got together a little bit in Pittsburgh over the last couple of days.
That's what friends do. Former teammates. You hate to see anybody struggle, and he has been struggling defensively.
The 0-1. 0-2 now on Alvarez. The shift is on defensively for Pedro.
Former #1 draft choice.
Farmer is ahead 0-2. Drilled to center field on a line. Carrera diving, can't hold on to it. And that'll be a 1-out hit. Good effort by Ezekiel. Stretching out, just couldn't hold on to it.
Looked like he might have had the ball in his glove, and then once the elbow makes contact with the grass, the ball just kind of jars itself loose. Yes, he sure did have that ball.
That thing was nestled securely into his glove.
What an effort. We've already seen this guy make one of the best catches you're going to see this entire year in New York. Nearly another one.
1 on, 1 out. Here's Mercer. Bouncing ball, fair ball down the third base line. Alvarez coming to third. They're going to wave him around. Ball is lurking around that corner in left field. Here's the throw to third. That's not in time. A run is in, and the Pirates have the lead.
Mercer stays hot. That ball bounced right over the head of Castellanos. Very seldom do you see Don Kelly misplay a ball down in that left field corner, but he misplayed that one. And Pedro Alvarez being sent home by the third base coach, Nick Leyva.
So the Pirates have their first lead of the night. And now here is Brad Ausmus, perhaps to challenge that tag play down at third base. They're going to look at it. It did seem pretty close. Alfonso Marquez made the call. What was that close? Ball almost went right through the webbing as well of Castellanos. Look at Ted Barrett.
Same look.
Ted's got the headsets on. We'll see what they come up with here, but this is being challenged.
What do you think?
I don't know. It's really close. I mean, really close. I
think no, but I've been wrong before. I don't know if they're going to overturn it.
Let's see. Look at it from this angle.
It looked like to me that the glove of Castellanos was there, but by the time he finally applied the tag to the knee of Mercer, Mercer's right foot was on the back. Watch right here. He hasn't touched him yet. Now you can watch the glove. He finally touches him because you can see the contact with the knee to the glove, but his foot is on the bag.
I think you're right.
It seemed like he could have applied the tag earlier before the foot got on the bag. But we'll see what they say.
The call on the field is safe. Marquez had a really good look at it.
You know, initially when the replay system was implemented, I thought it would be, overturning plays that were obvious to overturn. Not so many of the plays where you got to look at the video 8, 9, 10 times to determine whether a play should be changed or not.
The question on that look right there is, when was the tag actually applied? And the glove was there. But right now the call is safe. We'll see if that is changed. And they continue to look at it in New York. Right now it's a triple and an RBI for Mercer. Problem with that look is it's hard to tell when the foot hit the bag. And here it's hard to tell when the glove hit the leg. Bang, bang, as they say. That's how close that was at third base. And we've got our decision. Safe. So it'll be a triple and an RBI for Mercer. Runs scored regardless. And the Pirates have a 2-1 lead. Infield coming in now for the Tigers with Travis Snyder stepping in. Each ball club now with 4 hits, and the Tigers trail 2-1. Snyder struck out his first time up. And he sends one high in the air, deep into right field. Hunter is going back to the track, to the wall, and it's going to carry out and gone.
Snyder at it again. That's his 10th home run of the season, his 3rd home run in the last 3 days.
Snyder has 6 RBIs against the Tigers. He has hit a 2-run shot, making 7 RBIs against the Tigers. It's now 4-1 Pittsburgh.
Well, his nickname is Lunchbox. He likes to eat. He got that front foot down. He recognized that fastball early, and he turned on it.
And that carried out by a pretty good margin. So Buck Farmer gives up a single, a triple, and a homer in this inning. Pirates lead by 3, and here is Jason Nix. Strike call on Nix. He flied to center field back in the 3rd. Snyder's numbers getting healthy against the Tigers. Here's the 0-1. That's popped up. Short right field, Kinsler back. And Nix is out. Two gone. We'll bring up Josh Harrison. Pirates hit 4 home runs a couple of nights ago in that first game in Pittsburgh. They have another one here in this one tonight. Harrison has a double and a run scored. Breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Backed him out of there. Fastball in at the knees of Harrison. who has now hit safely in 16 of his last 17. His bat remains red hot. We'll pull this one in the air to left, straight at Don Kelly. That'll end the inning. But it's a good inning for the Pirates. They add 3. Snyder with a homer, and it's now 4-1 Pittsburgh. By Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price period. Bell Tire. Well, all of a sudden the Pirates have themselves a 4-1 lead now. They get an RBI triple from Mercer and a 2-run shot from Snyder. And the Pirates will bring a 3-run edge into the bottom of the 4th inning. Vance Worley back at the hill. You've got Martinez, Hunter, and Kelly to deal with here. Shift on against Victor, who singled back up the middle his first time up. Scored a run. Ball 1 missing outside to Martinez. One ball, 1 strike. Martinez has turned it up a notch here in the month of August, hitting .319 coming in. Of course, he had 21 of his 23 home runs in the first half this year. He's had just 2 post All-Star break. Here's the 1-1. Bouncing ball back up the middle. This time they're going to have it played, though. Mercer throws him out. Just about the same spot that Victor hit it last time. 1 out for Torrey Hunter. About as nice a night as you can ask for. Another nice crowd here in the ballpark. And Rod, it's just good to be home. I mean, after 9 days on the road, it's nice to be in the home yard.
It really is, especially the way that they played on the road. I know the players were elated at the fact that they get a chance to come back home, sleep in their own beds, eat at their favorite restaurants, or get their favorite meal cooked.
Wanted foul.
But somehow, some way, they've got to figure out a way to win this game tonight against Vance Worley, a guy that they had a lot of success against last year.
Well, he made a couple of starts against the Tigers as a Minnesota Twin. 2 starts against the Tigers. His ERA was about 7.5. So they got to him then. Here's the 0-1 to Torrey. Driven to right center field. Oh, it gets by Polanco, who apparently lost the ball. It'll go to the wall, and Hunter is into second base.
Yeah, he lost that ball in the lights right at the last moment. It's a helpless feeling as a corner outfielder.
Looked like he had a chance to catch it as well.
Yeah, he got there.
There's the look on his face like, please don't hit me in the head. Tigers catch a break. 1 out, 2 base hit. Torrey now is 2 for 2. Here's Don Kelly. It'll be the 5th Tigers hit. Kelly bounced into a double play, 4-6-3 back in the second. Kelly getting the start in left field tonight. J.D. Martinez getting a night off. Strike called, and the count quickly on Don now is 0-2. $60 now for Vance Worley. 39 strikes in this contest. He allowed a run in the second. Now a 1-out double lost in the lights here in the 4th. And the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Kelly down on strikes, 2 gone. And now Worley has his 4th strikeout. Here's what the playoff picture looks like right now. The Orioles are leading Toronto by 6.5. Comfortable lead there. The Tigers came in a half game back in the Central and right now tied with Seattle for the 2nd wild card slot.
So what would happen if it ended like that? You have 2 teams that are tied for that 2nd wild card spot. They've got to play like a game 163 just to get to the 1-game playoff?
Gets to get to have an opportunity to play the Angels, which in recent years, including this year, has been no picnic for the Tigers. They would play out in L.A. There's a ground ball to third. Nice play there by Harrison to throw him out.
Josh Harrison's just doing it all.
So the double does not come around to score. We'll go to the 5th here at Comerica. 4-1 score. Detroit is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit, and by the new Chevy Silverado light duty and heavy duty lineup. Back here at the ballpark, 4-1 is our score. The Pirates trying to make it 3 straight over the Tigers. They won the 2 in Pittsburgh, and they lead tonight 4-1 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And Buck Farmer tonight allowing 1 in the 3rd, and he has given up a 2-run shot as well, a 3-run 4th inning.
After that lengthy play review at third base on the Mercer triple down in the left field corner, and Farmer came back and threw the next pitch fastball right down the middle, and that was hit out of the ballpark by Snyder.
2 minutes 54 seconds. Ball outside, 1-0. Polanco, Martin, Davis. Cued right to third, diving stop. Castellanos from his knees throws him out.
Castellanos almost took too much time getting up to make that play. Polanco could really run with those long galloping strides, and once Castellanos leaves his feet, look how long he takes to get up. Didn't get up, as a matter of fact. He had to throw a while on both knees.
You know, Polanco's one of those guys. Doesn't look like he's a burner. He's just got those long strides.
I counted his steps yesterday, and when he stole second base, it took him only 10 steps from the time he started from first base until the time he got into his slide.
That's it?
10 steps. I counted them.
It's popped up down the right field line. A trio of Tigers. And Kinsler can't handle it.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, oh, boy.
Well, catchable ball.
He got there. There's no doubt about that. Kinsler makes that play all day, every day.
Right off the heel of the glove. So there is new life for Martin, who stays alive. Martin, an RBI double back in the 3rd, tied the game at that point. Shattered bat, look out. Suarez on the backhand. So no harm, no foul, but Kinsler was given an error on that play. 2 gone.
Only the 4th error of the season by Ian Kinsler.
Here's like Davis. Walking a strikeout for Davis, and now they'll employ the shift. There goes Castellanos. Swing and a miss, 0-1. I was talking to Matt Martin today, the defensive coordinator. We were talking last night about how many at-bats is a good sampling when you decide to put a shift on like this. And Matt said typically we like to see at least 100 at-bats to kind of formulate if a guy is typically going to do a certain thing in terms of pulling the ball or going the other way. But he said ultimately we clear it with all of our pitchers if they want to indeed shift, because if the pitcher doesn't feel comfortable having this type of shift, the Tigers won't do it. Some organizations may, where they just flat out are going to play the way they want to play it, but the Tigers will typically ask their starting pitchers.
Well, the last thing that they want out of their pitchers, if the ball's hit and the shift is beaten, they don't want their pitchers throwing their hands up, so they want them to be all in.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what he said. Of course, Porcello is big ground ball pitcher. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When you have a starting staff that has the kind of command that the Tigers starting staff has, whether it be Max or Rick or David Price or Anibal Sanchez, even Justin Verlander, when he's right, they've all got really good control. So whatever way you decide to play a hitter, they can definitely pitch to that weakness.
It's a soft line drive to center for a base hit for Ike Davis. 2-out single for the Pirates. They've got another hit on the board. That'll be their 6th of the night. And it keeps it going for Starling Marte.
About a month ago or so, Buck Farmer was an all-star in the Midwest League. Now he's pitching in the big leagues, trying to pitch his team back into first place.
Farmer made a couple of starts at Double-A prior to this call-up. Spins home a breaking ball high, 1-0. He really had a tremendous month of July, and I'm sure that factored into the Tigers deciding who was going to start. But in the month of July, 3-0 with a 0.41 ERA. Another breaking ball low, 2-0.
Well, he last pitched on the 7th in Double-A, so I'm sure that David Dabrowski, he looked down at the minor leagues, whether it be Double-A or Triple-A, and he found out who could go today, whose turn was it to pitch. And obviously it's Buck Farmer's day. It's 5 days in between, so he's ready to go.
3-0 the count on Marte. He was the Tigers minor league pitcher of the month in July. Four to 1 Pirates lead. We're in the 5th. And that's in there for a strike. 3-1. Fly ball right field. Torrey Hunter is on the move to the warning track. That'll end the inning. No runs. They get a base hit. Leave a man. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Tigers baseball tonight is presented by Bell Tire. Hashtag Detroit fan photo for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. It is brought to you by AT&T. Detroit fan photo is the hashtag.
What's the little fella got there? I mean, is the sign backwards or is there anything on the sign?
It's a blank sign. Wait. Oh, okay.
Oh, they got a little something on there.
It looks like Cardinals Little League teams in town here tonight. Hope you're having fun, fellas. Hi, Grandma. Here's Avila now as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Did you ever make signs when you went to the ballpark?
No.
No, I never did that either.
That didn't seem like it was a thing to do when we were young.
No. And if you did, they always seemed to get confiscated anyway the minute you walked in the ballpark. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Avila. It'll be Avila, Suarez, and then Carrera. Tigers down to Vance Worley and the Pirates 4-1. Avila struck out, ending the second. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Alex. A couple of home runs on the last road trip, and Avila now has hit a total of 9 for the year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High drive, deep right field. Polanco back, track, wall, gone. Another one for Avila. Solo shot this time, his 10th. For the 2-ball game.
Back-to-back days, Avila's played long ball. Looked like he was sitting on that little spinner. And it landed right down in the happy zone of Avila, down and in, took that pretty swing, caught it just right. And he killed that. That ball traveled a long way up in the right field seats.
Tigers back to within 2 now, 4-2. They have 6 hits on the board as well. Avila hits number 10. Suarez waiting on an 0-1. Make it 0-2. Avila's just picked up his 34th RBI as well. The other RBI tonight belongs to Castellanos. Bouncer back up the middle into center. An 0-2 base hit for Suarez.
Last 2 hits by the Tigers hitters, both on breaking balls thrown by Vance Worley. Suarez knew he was going to get a lot of breaking balls today, but this is not a good pitch by Worley. That one stayed up long enough for Suarez to catch it and hit it right back through the box.
Here is Ezekiel Carrera. Give the Tigers their 7th hit of the night. Strike on the outer edge against Carrera. Fly ball and a strikeout in this game for Ezekiel. One ball, 1 strike. Blaine Hardy, the left-hander, starting to warm up in the Detroit bullpen. Buck Farmer has gone 5 innings so far, and he's given up 4 runs on 6 hits. Runner goes. Popped up foul, back out of play.
And Brad Austin is managing aggressively here this evening against Worley. That's a hit and run. Suarez took off, which meant Carrera is forced into swinging the bat. Did a nice job just to get a piece of it.
Carrera's got a huge gap in right center field.
Yeah, if he was to shoot that gap, he'd be looking at possibly an inside the park home run. That's how fast he is. And because the outfielders are playing really shallow.
Bouncing ball right side. They'll try and get the out at second and throw it away.
It's a bad play by Nix. Nix should have just taken his out at first base. But the Tigers will take it. Plenty of time to get Carrera at first, but he forced the issue trying to get Suarez at second and made a poor throw to the shortstop Mercer.
And now Kinsler stepping in. First and second, and still nobody out or run in. Tying runs on the bases now for Detroit. Crowd trying to get into it here. The Tigers led 1-0 and then have trailed since. It's been ruled an error. And it's bunted down the third base line. Harrison charging, barehanding. Oh, what a play by Harrison. A nice pick by Davis.
Josh Harrison plays all over the field, but he is playing third base. Like that's his natural position. He comes up, the ball comes up nicely for him, though. Didn't have to reach all the way down and pull it up off of the grass, which made it an easier play for him. Look at it come up. He grabs it in the palm of the hand. He transfers to the fingertips. Then he flips it across the diamond, and he got some help from Davis, the first baseman.
Well, that'll set up Miguel Cabrera now. The tying runs in scoring position.
That last bounce that came up to Harrison, that cost Ian Kinsler a base hit.
0-1. I am still impressed, though, with the way that Harrison has played third base.
Really, the way that he's played the game the last 3 days. But really, he's been playing like this all year. He made an all-star team this year. In the last 3 days, we're seeing why he has made an all-star team.
Now Cabrera, base hit away, maybe from scoring a couple here. And he looks at a ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Couple of fly balls to right field for Miguel. One is drilled in the air to right center field. Polanco's on the run all the way to the wall to make the catch. That'll score a run.
All Miggy can do is throw his hands up and say, man, oh man.
That ball was hit a mile, but it's nothing more than a sac fly.
I thought it had a chance to get over that out-of-town scoreboard when it left Miguel's bat. He does have power in that direction, but we talked about all the ground that Polanco covers in the outfield with those long galloping strides, able to run that ball down, crashing into the wall, then gets it back in to the infield.
The other thing about Polanco is he plays a really deep right field, or at least against Cabrera did.
Check out Miggy.
And he was able to get there, and Cabrera thinking, come on. Thought that ball was out. But he'll get an RBI, and he'll make it a 4-3 game. I mean, look where Polanco's playing right now. He's a couple of steps in front of the warning track and right.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was just playing Miggy there, but he plays everybody that deep for the most part.
Tying run at third with 2 outs. Tigers get 2 back here. Martinez trying to tie it up.
And Miggy now back into the league lead in RBIs with Jose Abreu with that last ribby.
'86 for Miguel. There's the tying run. That is Carrera down at third base. Worley has now reached 80 total pitches. Slice back out of play, 1-2. Tigers trying to get Buck Farmer back even in this game. Vila did his part by leading off the inning with a home run to right. Two and 2 on Victor. Hey, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Two balls, 2 strikes on Martinez. Victor a single and a bounce out of this game. And a drive to center field, base hit, that'll tie the game. Victor Martinez, a soft serve to center, his second hit of the game. It's 4-4.
Tigers have 2 hits today with 2 outs, and to give them a total of 4 runs. Earlier in the game, Castellanos also had a base hit after 2 were out.
Buck Farmer now getting some handshakes, so apparently he's done. And Alex Avila, his battery mate, congratulating him on his first major league start. Hughes has been warming up in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Here's Torrey Hunter now with 2 outs. He taps one foul. Well, Hunter has a couple of hits, a single and a double. This has been a 3-run inning for the Tigers. Blaine Hardy will be the next Tigers pitcher, it appears.
Blaine Hardy last pitched on Sunday in that 19-inning game in Toronto. He threw 44 pitches on Sunday. Got a couple days off.
Swing and a miss. And the 1-2. Hunter fouls it back out of play. Bouncing ball to short. Mercer backs up. A little bit of a tricky hop. They'll get the force, and the inning is over. Tigers send 7 men to the plate, and they have a big inning to tie this ball game. It started with Alex Avila going deep, and then Victor Martinez tied it up with a base hit to center, and it's a brand new ball game. For the rookie Buck Farmer, who made his major league debut tonight, and the Tigers have had some debuts this year. Robbie Ray.
Drew Verhagen as well made his major league debut.
And Buck Farmer, of course, here tonight for Hagen. I think is done for the year. He had a back injury.
Really?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Those are the three that have made debuts this year for the Tigers. Wellside window pitching change, and Blaine Hardy will check in. Pedro Alvarez leading it off for the Pirates in a 4-4 game. Alvarez a single and a strikeout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alvarez was the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2008. Eric Hosmer went right behind him at number 3 to the Royals. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. The number 1 overall pick that year went to the Rays, and that was the shortstop Tim Beckham, who was in the minor leagues. Alvarez showing some massive power the last couple of years. Now Hardy with the 1-2 swing and a miss, and Alvarez down on strikes for the second time in the ball game. Hardy gets his first strikeout.
The previous pitch was an 85-mile-per-hour fastball that he threw right by Alvarez, and he came back with that knuckle curve. And you can see with the index finger spiked on the baseball, got some nice tumbling action on it. He swung right over the top of it, did Alvarez.
Three scoreless innings back on Sunday in Toronto for Blaine, and then was sent down and then recalled. In fact, he was recalled prior to tonight's game.
He threw a total of 44 pitches that game.
(1-0) sails outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Hardy, in fact, has given up just 3 earned runs in his last 16 innings, and that's an ERA of 1.69 in that stretch. Ball low, and the count goes to 3-0 on Jordy Mercer. Pirates shortstop. And he walked him on 4 straight. Talk right about a lot of these Pirates that have had a good series against the Tigers, but Mercer hasn't been too shabby either.
He's a good player. He had a real nice July. He's off to a pretty good month of August. Stabilized that shortstop position. They got a lot of guys that have stepped up. It's the reason why they're right in the thick of the wild card, and they're really not that far off the pace in the American League Central.
There's a throwback to first. Hardy was actually recalled prior to last night's game against the Pirates. Travis Snyder is the batter. Oh, 0-1 the count. Snyder's been a menace in this series. 6 hits. Hit another home run tonight. Had 7 RBIs against the Tigers. There's a flat-footed move that almost got Mercer getting late back into the bag. Low and away. Ground ball to second. Kinsler has it there, fires to Suarez, and the relay is a 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th in a 4-4 game. Omar. Tigers came in trailing KC by a half. Cleveland 4.5 outs. Kelly leads it off and rolls one to the right side, fielded by Davis. And he'll race to the bag for the out. Don is out on one pitch, one gone in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to bring up Castellanos. Well, Worley gave up 3 in the 5th inning to tie this ball game. It was a 4-1 lead at that point by the Pirates. They raced out to another advantage. Buck Farmer in this ball game lasted 5 in his big league debut. Worley is still out there. Castellanos tripled in a run in his first at bat. And Nick has a strike called on the outside corner. Castellanos with 25 doubles. And that is good for his second most in the American League among rookies. Worley now has reached 90, but his ratio is awfully good. High towering fly ball left center field. That ball is hit well. That ball is up and it's gonna go. It's a home run for Nick Castellanos. And he is having a night. Tigers have the lead. Number 9 for Castellanos. A homer to go with his triple, 2 RBIs. (5-4). Tigers have the advantage. Here is Avila, and he homered against Worley in his last at bat.
Most of the damage done tonight against Worley has been on breaking balls. Avila hit a breaking ball out. Castellanos also hit a breaking ball out of the ballpark. Castellanos nearly hit that ball over the Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen.
1 ball, 1 strike. So the Tigers getting a lot of production from the bottom of their lineup. Castellanos, 2 extra base hits, 2 RBIs. Avila with a homer. Suarez a hit and a run scored. 7, 8, 9 getting it done tonight for Detroit. A little bit outside, and the count on Avila now 2-1. Hughes was up earlier, and he is warming up again in the Pirates pen.
We saw him a couple nights ago on Monday. He's got some heavy sink on his fastball, topped out at 95 miles an hour. He also has a pretty nice slider. He's a big boy.
Meanwhile, Worley now has gone 3-1. Avila shoots it foul, back out of play, 3-2.
Good cut there by Avila. That's probably the best fastball that Worley's thrown all night. 96 pitches in, he finally tops out at 92. Here's the Castellanos home run on a breaking ball, 83 miles an hour, thrown by Vance Worley. Nearly hit it over their bullpen. He really caught it good.
Another foul by Avila, back to the screen. This will be the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat. Worley has squandered a 4-1 lead. The Tigers have a 5-4 advantage here in the 6th. And he lost it, ball 4. So Avila wins that battle again. He's on for the 2nd time. He's going to bring up Suarez. He's also going to bring out Clint Hurdle. And the right-hander Hughes being called in from the bullpen. So the Pirates go to the pen. Worley gives up the baseball. And it's a wall side windows pitching change. Hughes doing his Phil Koch impression. Sprinting in for the bullpen. 5-4 game. We'll be back. Worley is done for the evening. He'll give way to the bullpen now. Tigers trying to add on here as they face Jared Hughes.
A high three-quarter arm slot by Hughes, which allows him to get on top of the ball, and with his large frame, he's got some real nice sink on his fastball. Also has a 1.82 ERA. He's pitched outstanding baseball for the Pirates this season.
Hughes, a Southern California kid who played at Long Beach State and was a teammate of Troy Tulowitzki's and Evan Longoria. He's facing Eugenio Suarez here in the 6th inning with 1 on, 1 in, 1 out. 5-4 Detroit. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Suarez.
Hughes is one of the tallest pitchers in the major leagues. He stands 6 feet 7 inches, and he weighs 245 pounds.
Suarez thought about it, would not go after that pitch in the dirt. 1-2.
And the reason why he's in this game right now, they're looking for a double play. Hughes has also been outstanding this year in inherited runners. Not many have scored against him, and Clint Hurdle has no problem bringing him into games when there is traffic on the base paths.
There's a ground ball to third, sharply hit right at Harrison, and a 5-4-3 double play.
Just what they were hoping for.
Hard hit ball straight at Josh Harrison. However, the Tigers have gone ahead thanks to Nick Castellanos. He's having a big night tonight. 5-4 Detroit.
Triple down in the left field corner, followed by the third home run in the last 3 days for Travis Snyder, their left fielder. The Tigers, a kind of offense woke up in the 5th. They scored 3 runs. Avila with a solo shot. Suarez with a base hit right back up the middle. Mickey with a sac fly, and then Victor with a base hit. And then last half inning, Nick Castellanos put the Tigers in the lead with a long solo shot against their starter, Vance Worley.
That is the first Tigers lead since grabbing a 1-0 advantage in the second. We'll see if the bullpen can hold it as Blaine Hardy goes back to work. Jason Nix leads it off. It'll be Nix, then Harrison, and then Polanco in the 7th inning for the Pirates. Hardy gave up a walk but got a double play last half inning. There's a strike call.
Jabba Chamberlain up in the Tigers bullpen in the 7th inning. He usually gets up in the 8th inning, but possibly no Albuquerque here today.
And the 1-1 rolled foul. 1-2 on Nix. Another sellout crowd here in the ballpark tonight. 41,043. That is the 18th sellout the Tigers have had this year. They'll get back into the seats. Nick's 0 for 2. He's had quite a year. He was signed by the Rays as a free agent in January. And then he was shipped out in March to the Phillies, back to the Rays. Then the Pirates signed him. Been all over the place this year, and he takes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nix.
He really doesn't care as long as he's in the big leagues.
Harrison waiting on deck. Bouncing ball to short. Suarez has it there. And Nix is out, 1 gone. We'll bring up Josh Harrison. A double and 3 at bats tonight for Harrison. Harrison has been the best leadoff hitter in the National League this year. .337 from the #1 spot. The top average in the National League. He sends a ground ball to short. Suarez handles this one as well. 2 gone. So Hardy doing a pretty good job here in the 7th. He's retired 3 straight after the walk to Mercer last inning. And now he will face Polanco. Jabba Chamberlain warms up with a new look. High socks. Polanco 3 ground balls. 0 for 3. Strike 1. Bouncer right back to the mound. Hardy handles this one. Got himself a 1-2-3-7. Coming up, the Health Plus 7th inning stretch. Well, the Tigers in front of a sellout crowd again here at the ballpark tonight, lead at 5-4 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Comerica. Tigers getting 3 in the 5th, 1 more in the 6th to go ahead. The home run by Castellanos putting the Tigers on top. And we have a new pitcher coming on now for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is Stolmy Pimentel.
First time we've seen Pimentel in the series. 18 games he's been in this year. 4.55 ERA, 2.52 was the opponent's average against him. 37 strikeouts in 14 innings. How about that name, man?
It took me a couple of looks at it.
Stolmy
Pimentel. He is out of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. Here's Ezequiel Carrera. Oh, he pops up a bunt and lines it down the right field line.
That would have been a double.
0-1 on Carrera. Kinsler and then Cabrera in the bottom of the 7th.
Who was that? Quentin Berry a couple of years ago got his first major league hit. It was a bunt double in Cleveland.
Double. Yeah, it was in Cleveland. That's right. Quentin Berry.
Q.
Now the 0-1. High fly ball, right field. Polanco was on the run. Still going back, and he'll make the catch and drop it. On his way to third is Carrera, and he is going to slide in there safely. Long run for Polanco. He got there, couldn't hold on.
I wonder if Polanco felt that wall closing in on him, or he didn't quite know where Marte was. Yep, that wall closed in on. You can see him peeking right out of the corner of that right eye, looking at that wall, and therefore he didn't watch the ball into the glove. Actually didn't close the glove.
So the Tigers now have a man at third. Nobody out in the 7th. Big run standing there. Infield coming in. Kinsler trying to drive this run in. He's got a sacrifice and a base hit. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Swing and a miss, and now he's behind in the count 0-2. Pimentel made his big league debut last year, pitched in just 5 ball games at the major league level. They rule that last ball a 3-base hit, triple. Here's the 0-2. The Tigers have had 2 triples tonight. The other one belongs to Castellanos. Cabrera waiting on deck.
If Kinsler doesn't drive the run in here and he makes an out, Miggy probably not going to hit. He's got a split. That's what Wally is telling Miguel Cabrera right now. Split-fingered fastball.
Oh, look out. That ball came back up and hit Kinsler in the face. 2-2. It's a wicked ricochet right there.
Yeah, bounced up and hit him right in the chops.
Right side of the face, right below the helmet. 2-2 on Kinsler. Inside now 3-2. Hughes came on, got a double play ball in the 6th, and now Pimentel here in the 7th.
Pimentel, if he walks Ian Kinsler, then Clint Hurdle, the manager, is going to be forced into pitching to Miguel Cabrera, who leads the American League in RBIs.
Way outside to the backstop it goes. Carrera holding at third base. It's ball 4 to put 2 aboard. Nobody out. Well, the Tigers host the Seattle Mariners this Friday at 7:08. First 10,000 fans receive a free Miguel Cabrera two-time MVP bobblehead. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Not an enviable position to be in right now for one Stolmy Pimentel.
Miguel Cabrera has made a conscious effort here tonight of hitting the ball the opposite way. His outs have been made to right field. All three of them, as a matter of fact.
Infield in, first and third. Ball one. Cabrera knocked one in with a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning, and therefore tying Jose Abreu for the lead in the American League.
Josh Donaldson still getting it done for the Oakland Athletics. Got 84 steaks.
They're going to count on him big time with Cespedes gone now.
He had a great day yesterday in Kansas City. Hit a couple homers out of that ballpark.
Runner goes. Kinsler on the move, and he'll get there safely, standing up, ball way outside. Second and third now, and nobody out.
That stolen base by Kinsler is going to cause Miggy to possibly get walked intentionally.
Ray Searage coming out, the pitching coach.
We've talked about their right fielder, Gregory Polanco, and how talented he is and takes those long galloping strides. He made a real nice play, taking a double from Miguel and multiple RBIs. But then last half inning, another ball hit out in that direction. He was not able to make the play. This ball hit off the bat of Carrera. Identical spot.
And that was ruled a triple to get it going here for the Tigers. Then a walk, and now a stolen base for Kinsler. And with first base open now, Cabrera will be walked intentionally. And that's going to load the bases for Victor Martinez, who is gearing up right now with nobody out.
Pittsburgh Pirates are not messing with Miguel Cabrera really in the 3-game series. Actually, 4-game series. Game 3 of the 4-game series. They've walked Miggy quite often. They're just not letting him hit.
Jeanmar Gomez warming up. In the Pirates bullpen, we have not seen him in this series.
Former Cleveland Indian.
Well, it is not a good spot for the Pirates to be in right now. Victor Martinez, career with the bases loaded, 3 grand slams, 325 overall. Victor, 2 more hits tonight, plus an RBI. The infield is in. Way inside, 1-0.
Here's where Victor would cheat. In a predictable fastball count with runners in scoring position, he will slightly open up with that front hip, hoping to get something inside that he can turn on and hit the ball to right field.
Drill to right field. That's going to get down a base hit. Carrera scores. Kinsler coming around. He will score. And 2 more RBIs for Victor Martinez. 3 on the night.
I love Victor and his approach, and the fact that he knows exactly what he wants to do. When he gets himself in fastball friendly counts, even though that was a splitter, he was looking for that heater and he was looking to turn on it. And that splitter stayed up in the strike zone, and that allowed him to hit a missile into right field.
Tigers bats coming alive tonight. They walk Cabrera intentionally and they make him pay. Martinez a 2-run single, and Pimentel's not going to last very long here tonight. Jedmar Gomez coming in.
I couldn't say his name anyway.
Pimentel. Time to get stole me out of the game. Stole me Weathers tonight for Pimentel. 7-4 is our score. We'll be back.
From Pimentel and laced it to right field for a single, and he drove in 2 runs.
So Victor Martinez extends the Tigers' lead. There is still nobody out here in the 7th inning. Pimentel out of the contest, and he will give way now to Jedmar Gomez.
Now, we've seen enough of Jedmar Gomez last number of years. He's been in a Cleveland Indians uniform. He's got a good arm, always has had a really good arm.
So Gomez now will try and get an out. That's something the Pirates bullpen has not been able to do here in the 7th. Triple walk, stolen base, intentional walk, 2-run single. And now Torrey Hunter trying to add to his collection. He has a single and a double tonight. Bouncing ball left side of the infield. Mercer has it. He'll go to second there. Relay. Not in time. Get another run in as Cabrera scores. RBI for Torrey Hunter. 8-4 Tigers. That is 7 unanswered runs now for Detroit after falling behind 4-1.
It's good to see because runs were hard to come by on the just completed 9-game road trip.
Here is Don Kelly. Tigers now have 8 runs on 11 hits, so the return back home has been kind. They got 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 more here in the 7th. Kelly, a couple of ground balls and a strikeout. And Gomez will throw back to the bag. Genmar Gomez, pitching in Cleveland in 2010, 11, and 12, was with the Pirates last year. 34 appearances out of their bullpen. Came up as a starter with the Cleveland Indians. And Hunter draws another throw. Kelly waiting on a 1-0. Line drive to center, base hit. Don Kelly with his first knock of the night. Everybody getting a party now. The Tigers have 12 hits on the board. The third hit in this inning. And it'll bring up Castellanos. Nick Homer did his last at bat.
Not to take anything away from the Tigers' bats here this evening, but it's a big difference when you get into this part of the Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen and not Wilson and Watson and Melanson and those guys we've seen the last couple of days.
Pirates had a 4-1 lead at one point. They are now down 8-4. And Castellanos takes low. Nick tripled one in back in the second, homered in the sixth. One ball to no strikes. Genmar Gomez coming in relief of Stolmy Pimentel here in the seventh. And the 1-0. Big swing there by Nick. One ball, one strike on Castellanos. Avila in the on-deck circle. Buck Farmer started this game for the Tigers. Will not get a decision tonight. His first major league start. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Mercer to second one of the relay. A double play. Sharply hit ball. They turned it into a 6-4-3, but the Tigers have added to their lead. Way on top in this one, 8-4 now as we go to the top of the eighth. The major league debut of Buck Farmer tonight. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs. He'll get a no decision, but big nights tonight for Castellanos and Martinez. Nick with a triple and a homer, and Victor Martinez 3 RBIs. Tigers go to the bullpen now as we go to the 8th. It'll be Jabba Chamberlain.
And Jabba Chamberlain pitching in his 53rd contest this year out of that Tigers bullpen. He's given up 6 earned runs in his last 5 2/3 innings. So Jabba's been getting hit around a little bit lately.
Not only does he have the socks up high, but how about these new kicks?
Well, that's why he does not have the pants down low. He wanted to show off those new puppies.
Ah, gotcha. Got the number 44 on. Pretty sweet. It's good being a big leaguer, isn't it?
For sure.
Hey, by the way, Sunday the Tigers conclude their series with the Mariners at 108. It's Sunday Kids Day, and all kids 14 and under receive a free strikeout cyberbullying wristband. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Cyberbullying wristband. So Russell Martin will lead it off as we go to the 8th inning now. .290 batting average for Martin, who in this ball game has a double and an RBI in 3 at-bats. Ball up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Fly ball center field. Ezekiel Carrera is there. And Jabba gets the first guy he faces. We'll bring up Ike Davis. Davis a single and a walk in this game. So we'll swing around to the right side against Davis with the shift. Like 3 hits in the series against the Tigers. Ball 1 missing outside. Two and 0 on Davis. Chamberlain replaces Hardy. Blaine went 2 innings. Got a 1-2-3 in the 7th. Now the 2-0. Way outside, 3-0. And that is in there for a strike. 3-1 now on Davis. Starling Marte will be next. He is waiting on deck. Pirates have not scored since getting 3 in the 4th when they led 4-1, but the Tigers have had 2 3-run innings tonight, and they lead 8-4. On the outside corner, 3-2. Lost him, ball 4. 1 out base runner. Davis walking for the 2nd time in this game, on base for the 3rd time overall. He's going to bring up Marte. Pirates have not had a hit since the 2-out single by Davis in the 5th. So here is Marte, hit by a pitch in his first at bat, otherwise 0 for 2. Starling is at 320 over his last 35 games. Bends away from a breaking ball, strike one.
As you can imagine, Starling does not ground into many double plays. He's only grounded into 4. But if he was to hit one sharply right at one of the defenders, Jabba could get the double play to get himself out of this 8th inning.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates started quickly, but they've been limited tonight to just 6 hits. Tigers, meanwhile, have 12, much needed because their offense was sleepy on the road trip. In fact, the Tigers hit just 227 on the trip. And the 1-1. Fouled straight back. And it's 1-2 now on Marte.
It's a pretty good fastball there by Jabba at 95. Maybe Jabba should start to throw a few more fastballs. I've noticed his curveball and his slider, they've been getting hit around a little bit lately. We put up the numbers earlier. And when he came in the game, he's given up 6 earned runs in his last 5 innings. Majority of those hits have come on his off-speed pitch.
And the 1-2. Back into the seats it goes.
Now you can come back with the breaking ball after back-to-back mid-90s fastballs to Marte. You've already sped his mindset up and also his bat. A good breaking ball could get you a strikeout as long as you bury it down and away. Gonna go curveball this time.
Swing and a miss. And he strikes out Marte, and there are 2 gone.
Even though that wasn't a really good curveball there, that was a hanging breaking ball to Marte. He was thinking about the fastball because of the previous 2 pitches and just kind of tied himself up.
Two gone now. That'll bring up Pedro Alvarez. A couple of strikeouts tonight for Alvarez and a single and a run scored. Castellanos playing way back in short right field.
How'd you get home last night? Were you able to take all the normal roads that you normally would take from the airport when we landed last night?
Yep.
They were all open, huh?
Well, kind of. Yeah, they were all open, but I made sure I took a little bit of a different route. How about you?
I went streets all the way.
Did you?
I did. Wasn't bad, though.
Well, it's been a tough couple of days here in the Motor City for fans, people living in this town with all the flood waters.
Yes, it has been.
And the cleanup now beginning. And I was even thinking, boy, I hope it doesn't affect tonight's game, because a lot of folks have come down here tonight enjoying Tigers baseball, but it certainly was a lot of it cleaned up before the game tonight. And another sellout crowd of 41,000 plus. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strikeout, Alvarez. Now Avila heads out to the mound. Chamberlain 17 pitches here in the 8th. Brez got to be relieved at all the offense his team has shown tonight. Here's the 3-1. Bouncing ball foul. 3-2 now on Pedro Alvarez. Jordy Mercer waiting on deck. Alvarez finally back in the lineup as a starter. He hadn't started the game since August 2nd. The DH opportunities here in this series in Detroit giving him a chance to get his bat in the lineup. Runner goes again on 3-2. Swing and a miss. Alvarez is out of there, and that'll end the inning. A couple of strikeouts for Java Chamberlain. 7.5 in the books as we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers lead 8-4.
Debut start here tonight at Comerica Park, and he kind of handled his business in a very professional way. Pitched 5 +1 batter in this particular game. He put his team in a position to win. He will not get a decision, but he was everything that we were told that he was. They said he had a lot of mound presence, and he did. They said he wasn't afraid out there, and he wasn't. His top fastball got all the way up to 95 miles an hour this evening, courtesy of Xfinity, but he handled himself pretty nicely out there tonight.
Very nice opening effort for Mr. Farmer. Although he'll get a no decision. The Tigers, more importantly, lead this one now by a score of 8-4. Alex Avila will start things off as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Avila, Suarez, and Carrera. Genmar Gomez still out there for the Pirates. And Avila looks at a strike 0-1. The bottom of the 8th is underway. Buck Farmer, just 23 years of age, and I think you kind of hit it on the nail on the head. He did not look scared at all.
Nope. It's one thing I heard about him from a couple of people down in our minor league system. He would not be afraid, they said. He might get hit, but he is not going to be afraid out there. In his first inning, I mean, he was outstanding. I mean, he needed only 11 pitches to get through the very first inning, and he also got a strikeout.
Jeff Jones, the pitching coach, has been in his hip pocket all night. And they're chatting about his first start. The 1-1. Avila takes it outside. Joe Nathan warming up in the Detroit bullpen. Bottom of the Tigers lineup tonight, 7, 8, 9. They've done some good work. Couple of homers. There's a line drive on one hop, knocked down by the shortstop Mercer, and then he'll still get him. One away here in the 8th. A Saturday MLB on Fox Sports 1 returns with a doubleheader as Derek Jeter and the Yankees take on the Rays. Then Matt Holliday and the Cardinals square off against the Padres. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Eugenio Suarez. Single run scored tonight for Suarez. There's the Tiger box score. The only Tiger without a hit is Cabrera, but he has an RBI and a run scored. 0-1 on Suarez. In there is strike call now, quickly 0-2. Peeking ahead to the Pirates' ninth inning, 7-8-9 due up. Mercer, Snyder, Nix. And apparently they'll face Joe Nathan. Here's the 0-2. Bouncing ball to third base. Harrison's been automatic down there. Suarez is out. 2 gone. Let's check in with Shannon Hogan. A preview of what's coming up tonight on Tigers Live.
Well, guys, if the Tigers can finish this out, this is just what they needed coming back to Comerica Park. As soon as the game is over, stay tuned to Tigers Live. We'll have Craig Monroe and Matt Shepard in the Coliseum studio. I will head into the Tigers clubhouse to talk with Buck Farmer, as well as Nick Castellanos, and, of course, Brad Ausmus. That's who I was talking about. Brad Ausmus will be weighing in on that. I don't know why. That just seemed like a little tongue twister there, you guys. Probably because I'm still excited. I think all that excitement from the Farmer family has just worn off on me. Early in the game, they were so excited. Now I am as well. Tigers Live should be fun.
All right, Shannon, thanks. Give Buck Farmer our regards on a nice outing tonight in his opener for the Tigers. Ezekiel Carrera batting here with 2 outs. Sends a ground ball to second. And Nix has it there, and that's going to be a 1-2-3-8. So we go to the 9th. Tigers trying to put this one away. Talked about this since the All-Star break. Even though the Tigers are playing better here tonight, the Tigers certainly have not been as good as the Royals, and as a result, KC taking over first place.
A lot of baseball left. Kansas City Royals will cool off. They will not play 900 baseball the rest of the season. And the Tigers, if they handle their business, they will win the division like they're supposed to.
Joe Nathan has come on now for the Tigers as we go to the 9th inning.
24 of 30 in the save department for Joe Nathan. This is not a save opportunity for him, but he needs some work. Last 9 games for Nathan. ERA just a shade over 1.
He's got the bottom 3 to face here. Jordy Mercer leads it off. It'll be Mercer, Snyder, and Nix. 3 outs to get, and the Tigers will open up this homestand with a win. And also the Tigers would snap a 4-game losing streak. Tigers came into play in this one 30-27 at home, and that certainly is going to have to improve, especially as we get into the month of September when the Tigers have a lot of home games.
They may not gain any ground on the Kansas City Royals here tonight. The Royals are beating the Oakland Athletics. They are shutting them out, and as good as that Kansas City Royals bullpen is, it might be tough for Oakland to come back.
Mercer an RBI triple and a walk in this game. Nathan missing inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1. It's a foul ball, third base side. Well, it'll be the last meeting between the Pirates and the Tigers. Tomorrow it's going to be a day game. Scherzer, and then Seattle comes in. Three games set over the weekend before the Tigers go back on the road. Way outside, 3-2.
Next 3 days, the Tigers will send Max out there, followed by Porcello, and then on Saturday, David Price. Felix Hernandez will also be pitching on Saturday for the Seattle Mariners. That'll be special. Also, the home debut of David Price.
3-2 is rolled foul.
First chance for the home fans to see the talented left-hander.
Price had to go to Yankee Stadium to make his Tigers debut after the much heralded trade brought him to Detroit. So not only is he trying to get himself acclimated to a new team, but he's got to do it at Yankee Stadium, and pitched well. Austin Jackson went the other way in that deal. He ended up in Seattle.
He'll be here on Friday. Austin Jackson.
And again the 3-2, and he walked him. Leadoff man on here in the ninth. See, second walk for Mercer in this game. Hey, as promised earlier in the game, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag Detroit Fan Photo for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Leadoff man on. Here's Snyder. Ball 1 missing outside. Snyder's hit 3 home runs in 3 games against the Tigers. Miggy playing behind the runner at first base. That's a strike call. He has seen Nathan 3 times in his career, and Snyder 2 out of 3 against him. A 12-hit effort tonight for the Tigers, only 6 hits for the Pirates. Ooh, that one just missed. Nathan wanted it. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Joe's thrown a total of 10 pitches. 6 of those have missed the strike zone.
Nick's waiting on deck. Missed again. 3-1.
If he loses Snyder, Brett Austin's going to have to get somebody up in that bullpen. He can't afford to lose this one. Not here tonight.
Lost him, ball 4. That is back-to-back walks here in the 9th inning. And Jeff Jones more than likely will come out now. So the Tigers bullpen will start to work, and it's lefty Ian Kroll. Walks to the number 7 hitter Mercer and the number 8 hitter Snyder. By the way, RBI Baseball is back with all 30 MLB teams and 2014 players. Get the retro 2-button style baseball game you've been missing. Visit RBIGame.com for more details. Download today on your console and mobile device. 2 walks here in the 9th. And the Pirates now are just 1 base runner away from bringing the tying run to the plate. Nix is 0 for 3. In there for a strike, 0-1. Waiting on deck is their leadoff man, Josh Harrison. Now Nathan Reddy with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Nix. Blaine Hardy came on 2 scoreless. Jabba Chamberlain a scoreless 8th. And now Nathan here in the 9th with a 4-run lead. Here's the 0-2. Avila had to go down to stop it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The inning started with a walk to Mercer, then a Snyder base on balls. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nix.
If you're Joe Nathan, you want contact on this pitch. And you want to throw a pitch in the strike zone, but you want him to put it in play somewhere.
Driven toward left field on a line. Kelly gets back there right at the running track.
See what happens when you let him hit it?
You get it out. 1 gone. Although I was a little worried on that one. Hit it pretty good.
Me too, I'm gonna admit it. Nice play by Don Kelly.
First out of the inning.
Don Kelly had the glove right in front of his face too, making that catch off the bat of Nix.
Here is Harrison, who had a double and scored a run back in the 3rd. One out of 4 tonight. Ground ball could end the game. Ball 1. So Nathan now has thrown 18 in this game. Tapped foul right at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison feeling that last one.
He must do it a lot. He's got that protector on his left shin, but that one hit him up around the knee.
Polanco waiting on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike on Harrison. Bouncing ball to 3rd. Nice backhanded pick. Tag the bag 1 and a double play for a game winner.
Do it, Nick. What a game for Nick Castellanos.
A 5-3 double play ends the inning and the game, and the Tigers, in the debut of Buck Farmer, get a victory. 8-4 the final score. Castellanos a big bat and turns a double play to end the ball game. much needed win for the Tigers tonight. They snap a 4-game losing streak, and this is how your ball game ended tonight.